Founders Day is the newest slasher film and is about a masked killer who seeks to create chaos in a small town around the time of their elections. In terms of my expectations for this movie, I had no expectations. I didn't even see a trailer for this film. All I saw of this movie was the poster. And that's it. I went into this movie with a clean slate of expectations. And was it good? No. No. No, no, no. No. No, this movie was very bad. Although, to be fair, I did kind of enjoy it. This is definitely one of those movies that I can easily see people saying, it's so bad, it's kind of good, because in all honesty, I did enjoy myself, but is it good? Hell no. Okay, so where do I start with this movie? First of all, let's talk about the acting. The acting in this movie, I wouldn't say is good, although to be fair, no one in this movie is sleepwalking. Everyone is trying their damnedest. The problem is they're all trying in all different areas. 50% of the cast feel like they're in a canceled overdramatic CW show, and the other half of the cast feel like, truth be told, there is no way to say it except they all feel like cartoonish cutouts. That's how over the top they get, and to be fair, their over the topness provides for some of the best moments in the entire movie. Especially this one actor who plays one of the candidates in the movie, who is unnecessarily mean to every single person he encounters in this film. He provides for some of the best line deliveries in the entire movie. There's one part at the very beginning of this movie where he crashes a meeting, gets into this huge argument with the mayor, and ends the whole argument by saying, "Don't talk to me about unity or Founders Day." After that moment, I was actually covering my face with my hands because of how loud I wanted to laugh. Let's talk about the characters in this movie. They're not good. They're not good at all. I did not care about a single person in this entire movie. They all feel like stock horror slasher characters that you might see in almost a spoof. That's how basic they are as human beings. All of their development feels more like bullet points instead of attempts to fully flesh them out as actual people. They make the attempt, don't get me wrong, but all of their attempts are essentially just one or two sentences of development, and that's it. And that does lead me into the writing of this movie, because the writing in this film is atrocious. The dialogue is some of the most hilariously bad I've seen in a movie in a while, especially with the teenage characters. None of them talk like actual teenagers. It all feels like it was written by a middle-aged man trying to deduce what every single slang term for teenagers means. And the political satire in this movie is so surface level and so generic that it honestly feels like the writers of this film took one debate class, got a C in it, and then started writing this movie. It's that bad. Literally, the slogans for the two mayoral candidates in this movie is a vote for change and a vote for consistency. That's how deep the political satire goes in this movie. And in terms of the movie, I will give slight credit that the film actually does keep you on your toes as to who the killer is, but I quickly came to the conclusion that when your mystery has no one that I care about, why should I care about solving the mystery? And without giving anything away, the more and more this movie reveals, the less and less it makes sense. And at first I was willing to give credit where credit is due, that this movie has a ballsy ending, but again, I came to the same conclusion as I did with the mystery. When I don't care about the characters, why should I care about where they are by the end? It's also very apparent that the Blomkvist brothers who wrote and directed this movie took a lot of inspiration from Wes Craven's movies and John Carpenter's movies, because so much of this movie feels like it was ripped straight from Scream and Halloween, and I don't mean that in the best way. Homage is one thing, but there are entire shots in this film that feel like they were ripped straight from Halloween, and entire segments of the story that feel like they were ripped straight from Scream. Unfortunately, the tone and the story in this film just feel so all over the place that it truly does feel like two people wrote this, two people with distinctly different visions, but only one of those people directed it. Guys, this movie was an absolute mess. To be fair, I did enjoy nearly every single minute of this film, but for the majority of it, it was not in the way the filmmakers intended. I'm gonna give Founders Day a D-. Because there were moments in this movie that were effective, even though most of those moments were homages to other directors' works. Those were moments that were effective. Not entire elements to really save the movie, but little tidbits that I was like, okay, that's not bad. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best, and don't forget to click subscribe and click that bell icon down below to stay up to date on all things movie, all things TV, all things nerd.